knowledge of the ways of God. That as I begin to respect Jesus as my authority, he begins to unlock spiritual knowledge. And the first dimension just means a facet or aspect. The first kind of spiritual knowledge that will come to you is the knowledge of the ways of God. Psalm chapter 25 verse 4, the Bible says, make me know your ways, Lord. Teach me your paths. That means it is possible for God to teach a man his ways, his paths. What are the ways of God? The ways of God are God's modus operandi. It means God's way of doing things. If you play for a sports team, your coach has a modus operandi. Some coaches that if they lose a game, the team has to run 2 miles. Each person has to run 2 miles. That's how the coach does things. Some coaches yell, some coaches don't yell, some coaches always wear the same uniform, some coaches always wear different things, right? When you're on a sports team, everyone on that team understands the coach's modus operandi, how they like to coach, their style of coaching. When you went to school, you had teachers that had different modus operandis. Teachers taught in different ways. Some teachers were loud, some teachers were quiet, some teachers taught by using many analogies, some teachers taught by using many examples, some teachers taught by giving even maybe proverbs or axioms. So they have different ways of doing things. God's ways are God's modus operandi, God's way of doing things. God has a way of doing things. God's not arbitrary in his decisions.